Thanks very much.
Okay, mate. Cheers.
All the best.
All the best to you.
Alright, say bye guys.
Okay, bye-bye then.
Bye.
In the song of the water sailor son, who had tried hard to be one, using the gifts he had for good, as one should. The words of his mother and his heart, revealing the path not to depart, and taking the sword into the fight with God's might. Yeah, come with me. Hold on tight, and we will fly to the sky. Come with me. Start that fight, and we will fly to the sky. Over hill, mountain fell, my love for you will never fail. Soaring high and then swooping low, over hill and fell, stream below. Take my hand, come with me, together we'll build this victory. Forever climbing, forever free. Come on now and soar with me, come on fly. Oh sky. Who had a freedom fight.
Right, let's go in here. I'm going to show you a secret. Now, everyone around me, and I'll point to where it is. Alright, okay, zooming in the picture. Now, you know Jesus, well, Peter was the first disciple that's called. He was a big, strong man. He had boats that he used to hire out his family business. And he was a swordsman in the Garden of Gethsemane. I'm wondering, did Peter say, hey Jesus, do you want to sail to England? Because Jesus apparently come to Glastonbury, okay? And I'm wondering, would Peter have sailed him? He was his number one disciple. He had boats that he hired out. And he was a swordsman. And this church is dedicated to Peter. Okay. Now see the sword there? A long time ago that was missing. They knocked the old church down, they rebuilt it, but that stone had been stolen. No one knew where it was. So when we go down there, I'll show you the new one they put up on the wall. But later the stone was found again, so they set it there into the rampant. That's off the original church. Now you've got a key and you've got a sword. I think the key is broken on that one. Yeah. But when it was lost and they made a new stone around the corner, someone forgot which way around it was and they crossed it over, and they're crossing the keys the other way. And now they've found the original one that's back the right way around. And if you look down in Bath, in the Abbey or any of the big buildings, there's swords everywhere, swords and keys, but they've all copied the same mistake from the new stone. None of them are that way around which the original. So I'm wondering, did Peter come here with England, with Jesus? You've got the Lamb Valley at Swainswick, which was where 5 mansions were that was owned by these monks. You've got the healing waters of Bath, and the end of this journey is down the Holoway. That used to be called the Holy Way, and that links Bath to Glastonbury, where Christ was firstly gone with Joseph of Arimathea. Anyway, little history lesson. Don't worry about remembering all, but that stone is from the early church. Oh, wait! If I get in front of you, then you'll get more words than yeah, come with me. All the time, and we will fly. Go sky! my feet in the stream.
Right, who's pushing me at the moment? Shani. Hey, Shani.
Oh, we've got a spectator. Let's get a picture of you. It's a beautiful stream, isn't it?
Hear the sound of the water singing to the sun. We'll have a pretty fight.
It's not going to go that fast. Yeah, I think I got the wrong going. Let's sleep.
We've decided to stop there. We've done one hill, we come round to the stream. The kids have had a wonderful walk with us, so I think we'll call that a day, one hill for our fun run. It's been a wonderful day.
Oh, look at my beard, haha. It makes my beard grow, haha.
These are my children. They go under the name of the Rainbow Warriors, and they will sing a song I'm sure you know. So, who am I? Well, there's my book, The Sword of Bath. I'm often campaigning for underprivileged groups. I was at the top of sales in Australia. That was me. I had a chance of a lot of money, but I joined the church and I took the tie-pin off and started growing the hair long. And so my mission has been to use what I knew to help good causes. In Paddington, the Sword of Bath, come to tell you about the city of Bath. It's not here. The tourist people don't know that. Look at the bottom of the road behind me. Can you see that big green hill? Yeah, that was Bath, not here.
this was just a muddy field. The Romans put a couple of paddling pools here, but the real bath was south of the river. It was called Berwick or Akmanchester, as Bath was once known. Now the Romans come and they called it Aquasulis, but when the Saxons kicked them out, we thought we'd name it Bath. And let me tell you, this is not Bath.
It isn't?
No.
Okay.
That's the tourist board telling you it is. Bath's a mile down the road.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Many years ago, Bath was called Akmanchester. That was down the bottom. Widcombe, Lincoln and Clifftown. Those three made up the parish of Berwick or Akmanchester, as Bath was once known. Then the Romans came and they come over and built all their pretty puddles fine. They didn't call it Bath, they called it Aquasulis. Then the Saxons climbed down from the hills, bugger up, this is our place, get out and kick the Romans out.
Right.
And it was dead, it was total destruction. And we thought we've got to rebuild it. Well, the Romans left those puddles over there. Let's call it Bath. So we did. Yeah. But the real Bath is a mile down the road there. Okay, let me tell you about the Sword of Bath. The sword was found hidden in the tide farm in the Swing.
Right.
So we got the Holoway, that was the holy way.
Right.
Bath was massive.
Right.
The Abbey was finished 1 year later with the fire cancer. They copied the same mistaken image. The whole city has copied that mistake.
Right.
Then they found the original stone and they put it back up down the church. So that was the early Bath down there with the Do you know what Bath is? People think it's here, but it's not. It's an illusion. Bath's down below the river. This is just an illusion. This was a muddy meadow owned by the monks. Anyway, have a great day. People think it's here, but it's not. It's an illusion. Bath's down below the river. This is just an illusion. This was a muddy meadow owned by the monks. Anyway, have a great day.
Victoria Park has these beautiful gardens, and just above Victoria Park, up there, you have got
Hey. Now, this is one of the greatest tourist attractions of Bath. It's a fantastic structure, but what the tourists don't know is that's not the view. The view is what these rich people would have looked at, which is across the other side there. Look right across the valley. That over there is Bath. And if we leave Royal Crescent and go that way, we come to the circus. So we come down Brock Street to the circus. So from the top of town, from the circus, right down the bottom, you can see the hill in the background. That's Bath. Okay, let me tell you about the Sword of Bath. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to what the tourist industry will call you as Bath. It's not. Bath's down the road. Now, many years ago, Bath was not Bath. It was called Akmanchester. Now, even the Romans didn't call it Bath. They called it Aquasulis. So, what is this place? Well, down the bottom of the road, 1 mile down the road, is a place where I live. It's called Whitcomb. And there's a place next to it called Lincoln and Beach and Cliff. Those three made up the parish of Meribah, or Akmanchester, as Bath was once known. Now here was just a muddy meadow. Do you guys know what Bath is? No, it's not. This is not Bath. It's down the bottom of the hill. Did you see that big green hill? That's Bath. This is just a muddy meadow. The Romans come along and they built their pretty paddling pools, lovely. But they didn't call it Bath. They called it Aquasulis. Now Bath used to be called Akmanchester. Now when the Romans took over, what we did, us Saxons climbed down from the hills and we kicked them out. When we got rid of the Romans, we thought, what do we do with this muddy pool? And what do we do with these pretty puddles that the Romans put in? So we thought, let's call it Bath. But it was called Akmanchester. Now, this here is a copy of the Bath sword. You can, do you want to have a look at my sword? Come and have a look. Come and have a look. This is the Bath sword. Come and have a look. It's not a real one. Big, isn't it? Now, yeah, it's called a two-handed sword. You'd use two hands on it, and these things were great because when you swung it up, if that one there clipped your shoulder, then it made sure it cut down and chopped it in half nicely. If you guys are just arriving, we're just starting. I'm telling the people the truth about Bath. This is a Bath. You think I'm kidding? You paid the money to get here. If you're missing us, out to you. The real Bath is 1 mile down the road. This was called Akmanchester. The Romans come along. They didn't call it Bath. What did the Romans call it? Aquasulis. Well, when the Saxons climbed down from the hills and we chopped off the ends of, I shouldn't say that. When we Saxons come down and said, Romans, get out of here, we thought we got to rename it. Aquasulis we called Bath. Now, what's the real history? Which is the oldest church in Bath? It's not that one. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, just to correct it in case you got wrong, that's not the Abbey. Bath doesn't have an Abbey. I'll tell you why, because we don't have an abbot. That actually is just the Bath Parish Church. The real church, the oldest church in Bath, was actually In Bath, a mile down the road, it was called the Mother Church. Today they call it St Thomas of Becket. But it's the oldest church in Bath. And also, when they made that, they made a mistake. There's a sword and it's crossed by a key. That's the Bath sword. Well, not the real one, that's mine. Rock and right, it's good to chop off Dad's head. From Widcombe Hill, we can turn here into Church Street, leading to Widcombe Terrace, Church Lane. Now that's this lovely lane down here to the old Norman church that's on the Saxon remains. The early monastery, St Thomas of Becket, up in Church Lane, that was dedicated to St Peter. I wonder if Peter was the first who took up the garden of Anthony. Remember, he came from Jesus and Joseph from Arimathea to Glastonbury. Well, he was a swordsman, and he had boats and hired help. I'm sure he would have told, said Jesus, don't worry Jesus, I'll take it now. There's an interesting hole over against that wall. There is some water. That used to be where the horses used to drink. Carry on down at the bottom, you can see the church. Okay, right here we are on the side of St Thomas Becket Church, opposite the Widcombe Manor. But now, look at the side here, look right at the top near the roof line. See the 4 little lumps on the top? Just below, on the second one from the left, there's a shield. Can you see that? That shield? Now I'm going to show you something really interesting. That stone with the sword and the keys is a mistake. Many years ago the stone was stolen. They made that as a copy, but the sword and the keys have been reversed. Then many years later they found the original one and they've set it back up into the rampart, and you can see the original sword and key is the other way. But down in the city, the abbey, which was restored 1 year later by Prior Cantelo, they made the mistake, they copied the same mistake, and now the whole of Bath is copied that mistaken image. But come here and I'll show you the real original one. Now above the porch there, on the stones behind it. Okay, the beautiful early morning sun is shining through. Now up there on the wall is the original stone that was found years later, and so they set it up there into the side, but it definitely shows the image reversed back to the correct way. Wondering, is there a sword of the Lord passed down through generations? We heard of Gideon and the sword of the Lord. David and Goliath, David slingshot, knocked down Goliath, went over, drew his sword. Where is that sword today? Surely someone would have put it somewhere special. David had chopped off Goliath's head. Jonathan was running from Saul, and he ran to Arimathea, the priest. He said, I need a weapon. He said, no, there's none but that sword we hid behind the ephod. He said, there's none like it, give it to me. Now, where is that sword today? I believe they would protect that, kept that safe. In Florence, in Italy, on the Or San Michele, a big building, built a grain store. Each of the arches was given to the guild who had built it, who had paid for it. And a letter went out saying, get your statue built or lose your right. Everyone rushed to scrabble to build their statues. Donatello, the marble statue, he was commissioned to make two. One for the Guild of Linen Weavers, and the other for the guilds of swordsmiths and armourers. Now, if you have a look at that statue, it's a statue of St. George, but the sword's missing. I'm wondering, would they have thought that's a lovely place to put that sword, hang it up there right in front of everyone? The sword we have in Bath, the Bath sword, has, actually it's a copy, the original they're given to Oriel College. Oriel College said that was our land, it was found, and give it to us. They made a copy of a Bath. So, but the date on it has been tampered with. It reads 1423 or 1523. Now, if it's 1423, that would line up with Donatello, who in 1415 started his commission. These 1.5 times lifetime structures take 8 years to make. So the date would fit with the Bath sword. And do the people in Oriel College know the value of the sword? Oriel College is a military college. Interesting, they've got the real Bath sword. Do they know something we don't? Now I come to get a picture of the church, so I get somebody watering the plants as well. It's beautiful. Back down Widcombe Hill, we can see St Matthew's Church. Because up in the top of that church there are some bells. Now those bells, they took from the little church. And in the little church, they were fighting outside saying, give us our bells back. And they said, no, we're taking them down, we're going to put the bells in the big church. And they just left the baby church with one bell. And all the big bells are up in this church now. There are lots of bells, about 10 bells in there. Ding dong, 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 ding dong. Yeah.
Do you know the baby church? They had bells, but they didn't have any.
No.
So they had to take.
Yeah, so they took the bells and put them there. And now they've only got one bell in the little church. But the people were fighting, give us back our bells. And they were fighting in the street.
Waiting here for you to come, got a feeling I've done something wrong. I need your love, can't you see? Time is running out for me. I'm always trying with respect, but trust me, face, I can't forget. Sunny days with nights of rain. Come on, baby, let's do it again. Won't you hold on? Would you hold on? Would you hold on? Would you hold on? Walking lines, just keeping time. She's lost in stars, she speaks her mind. Leaving plans, she takes a chance. Ancient music, shall we dance? But I was pushing, walking, the time was right. She didn't want to spend the night. Can we talk? I'm glad to say I don't think there's love today. Would you walk on? Would you hold 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 on? I try to come out, but it's no use, cause all it gives me is abuse. I'm getting high, I feel so small. You drag me across your golden ball. Different state don't matter to you. I stretch arms, I'm feeling a fool. Honestly, it makes you sigh, but your cunning target makes me cry. Would you hold on? 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 Hey, rock and roll. What do you think, John?
Love it.
We
Rock and roll.
are now beating the Bath International Music Festival on their own two expressions.
I love it.
And Monica's as well. Hi, Monica.
Hi there.
If you remember Monica, she was on our Legend of Rock video. Rock and roll.
Hi there. Rock and roll.